Hello everyone, and welcome to the revival episode of the Critisims Dogs, the podcast series where me, Beta, and Gamma all discuss movies we've recently seen in theaters. I'm Alpha.
I'm Beta.
And I am Iron Man.
Gamma, this is serious.
Just messing around. I'm Gamma.
In this episode, we'll be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. So, this movie...
Hold on a sec, Alpha. I think we should tell the viewers why we're still doing this. I mean, Master Evan has his own review series now, right?
Oh, good point, Gamma. So, the main difference between this series and Evan's show, movie Critisims, is that while that show is typically spoiler-free, Critisims Dogs will pretty much always contain major spoilers. So, if you haven't seen the movie yet, and hate it when movies get ruined for you, then leave this video now.
Or, if you just want a grade of the movie overall, then go to the description below and click the timestamp to jump ahead to it.
Okay, so with that stuff being said, let's review. Set shortly after the supervillain Mysterio exposed Spider-Man's secret identity to the public at the end of the previous Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, is living with constant backlash and hate due to the public believing that he killed Mysterio. Hoping to stop all this madness, Parker goes to Dr. Stephen Strange to request that he uses his time-bending powers to try and reverse Mysterio's actions. However, that would come at the cost of everyone Parker knows to completely forget about him. So, when Parker steps back and almost ruins the spell, Strange kicks him out of his place. A little later, while Parker is trying to get he and his friends MJ and Ned back into MIT, a bunch of supervillains from alternate dimensions start appearing in Parker's dimension. Two other Peter Parkers also show up. Dr. Strange tells the first Parker that his attempted spell was what caused those people to enter the world. If they don't get back to where they came from in time, the entire world will be in serious trouble. Can Parker, MJ, Ned, Strange, and the two other Spider-Men find a way to return everyone home safely in time? Okay, so let's start by talking about what we loved about No Way Home. Boys, what's your first praise? Wake up, boys.
Huh? What? Oh, sorry, Alpha. We just got tired of listening to that boring summary of yours.
Yeah, that took way too long.
Oh, sorry, boys, but the viewers always need to know what the plot of the film is about before we talk about it. The good news is, though, I'm done, and now we're at the fun part.
Okay, I'll start. Now, the first thing we should know is that this installment of the MCU Spider-Man movies is, without a doubt, the darkest.
You're right, Gamma. It is.
I agree too, Gamma. Out of all the three movies, No Way Home is the movie with the grimmest moments and deaths. The most notable one is from Parker's Aunt May, who, sure, starts out a little silly, but does become heartbreaking and genuinely sad to watch, mainly thanks to Tom Holland's performance.
Speaking of Tom Holland, I think that he is at his best here as Spider-Man.
Well, I both agree and disagree at the same time. Yes, Holland is convincingly authentic and youthful in his role, and sure, he really sells the emotion of his aunt's death scene, but we have seen him act similarly in, say, Avengers Infinity War, so it's nothing really new or special.
Are you talking about the scene where Parker turns into dust right in front of Iron Man?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a matter of fact, all of the acting was great. Even Zendaya was great as MJ. Now, one of the best aspects of No Way Home is the chemistry between certain characters. The villains, the Spider-Man, and for the first time in forever... Peter Parker and MJ. Now, I just want to let you all know that we have not seen the previous two MCU Spider-Man movies, so we can't really compare this romance with that of the last two, installments.
However, we will say that the film does a great job making us connect with Peter and MJ.
I think that is because they spend more than enough time together. Heck, you could say that MJ is the movie's deuteragonist.
Yeah. Now, as for Parker's best friend Ned, while he also spends enough time with Parker, he sadly doesn't have the same chemistry that MJ did. So, let's just say that it wasn't nearly as sad to watch him say goodbye to Parker as it was MJ.
So, what about the bad guys? How are they?
Well, on the one hand, the villains are at the most entertaining here. The people who play them don't go like, this is just a quick paycheck, we don't have to give it our all. No! They have fun with their roles and treat the script with respect.
Right, Gamma?
But, on the other hand, not all the bad guys are consistent all the way through.
Yeah, I think the only one who isn't consistent is that villain made up of sand. When we first meet him, he is on Spider-Man's side, but when he reappears in the climax, he's suddenly an antagonist with no clear explanation.
Yep, that's my point, Beta.
Now, let's discuss where it all comes together. The climax. This is what it has all been building up to from the very beginning.
Yeah, so in this finale, I think the heroes had to lure the villains to a trap at the Statue of Liberty so that they could be sent back to their realms.
That's right, Beta. Now, this final battle, to me, ends up standing out as an MCU climax because it ends with the most touching resolution I have seen since the first Thor or Avengers Endgame.
I completely agree with you, Gamma, but, what was the resolution again?
Remember? Doctor Strange had to erase everyone's memory of Peter Parker / Spider-Man to save the universe and send everyone home?
Oh, right.
Let's talk about one last aspect of No Way Home, and that is J. Jonah Jameson, the head anchor of the Daily Bugle news show. Now, he is our other big issue with this film. You see, he is pretty much the main reason why Spider-Man is hated by the public due to mass media's brainwashing.
But didn't he get his comeuppance by the end?
Well, no, Beta. And that's the problem. No Way Home has been building Jameson up as this recurring antagonist in the film, but it never gives us a satisfying punch in the face to him by the end.
Do we really want to hurt him, or can we just fire him from his job?
Either way is fine, Gamma. In conclusion, Spider-Man No Way Home is an excellent culmination for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It has great payoffs / send-offs, and Tom Holland is quite possibly at his best here.
Yeah, so I guess it's time to give this movie a grade?
You bet so. Well, boys, hit the stamp button.
You got it, Alpha.
Hey, I want to press the button.
No, I'm gonna press it.
No, I'll 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 press it.
No.
Boys, stop arguing and just press the button together.
Oh, okay.
Well, folks, this movie deserves an A-.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, we did it, Gamma.
Yep, we sure did.
Well, anyways, that about wraps up this revival episode of the Critisims Dogs. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast review, and we are really sorry for delaying this series for so long.
Yeah, we are so ashamed of ourselves that we might as well jump off a cliff and die.
No, we won't, Beta.
Well, if you've enjoyed this episode, then feel free to like,
subscribe,
and or share.
We are the Critisims Dogs, signing out.
Peace.